Welcome back to my Source 2 Filmmaker series, where I attempt to create an animation with basically no prior experience. This episode will now feature voiceover commentary. Yay! Last episode, I had created the basic poses I wanted in my animation. This episode, I'm going to be adjusting these poses, as well as adding a few new ones. This time, I actually remembered to hit record, so now we have footage of me assembling the poses. The first thing I wanted to do was to add an extra pose for the recuperating stage where Gordon adjusts his glasses. However, the first attempt turned out to be a nightmare, so I instead moved on to fixing some of the poses mentioned in the previous episode. The first one was the resting pose at the beginning. I felt like he was standing a little too relaxed previously, so I wanted to give him a more watchful stance. Next, I moved on to the guarding pose. Previously, he was posed a little awkwardly, so I decided to give him a proper defensive stance. Giving him more weight by moving down the pelvis, as well as arching the spine a bit, helped achieve this effect. I then adjusted the over-the-shoulder pose to be a bit more natural. After this, I encountered an extremely annoying animation bug, and I had no idea what caused it. Gordon appeared to just collapse upon himself. While funny at first, I had to get rid of this bug in order to continue animating. I discovered that the time editor exists, and I used the playhead function to get rid of the broken baked motion. This fixed it, so now I was free to continue on improving the initial blocking. With the other poses adjusted, I then created the glasses pose. For some odd reason, the left fingers were completely contorted, but I managed to fix this with the default option in the time editor. With the posing done, I decided to render out what I had finished so far. Here it is. I think that's certainly an improvement. There are still a few poses that need to be adjusted, and a few to be added. When I get to the in-between stage of blocking, I'll add a pose of alarm, which will then transition to Gordon looking to the side here. While this pose is an improvement over the last iteration, I still need to tweak it a bit. It looks a little flamboyant. This pose looks a little stiff for someone who's swung a heavy crowbar. In the next episode, I'll be cleaning up a few more poses and begin in-between blocking. Until then, thanks for watching.